how that work out. I just seen it talking about not being able to go live, but it did. Never can even see this for real. Man, we should be straight.
All right. All right. Shalom. Shalom.
Shalom.
Before we begin, I want to give all glory, praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh,
Ba'Shem Yahushai, Ba'Shem Kakadash.
double honor to the apostles, elders, and bishops of Great Millstone out there teaching the likewise doctrine. We want to say shalom to you as well. To the few aqua, the few sisters out there listening, we want to say shalom.
Shalom.
It's a lot of things been going on this week. I'm sure y'all been tuned into as far as religion-wise. And if this week hadn't taught you anything, it should have taught you that the white boy ain't coming. And we cannot emphasize that enough because of the fact that y'all got this lie from Edomites. Now, what they were actually talking about is actually in Revelation chapter 7, it's talking about the 144,000 getting beamed up. That event is what these Christians call the rapture. And it's very specific on who was getting so-called beamed up. It went into all 12 tribes' names. It didn't go to everybody. It didn't go to all nations. But see, that's what you Edomites specialize in. Y'all specialize in lies, twisting scriptures to make it include you as well. Now you notice, who was the main ones making videos giving away their stuff? Edomites. Because this was the last hope for Edom. You saw how hard they was banking on this to work out for them. Because they know, as far as their guilt and their past crimes of their forefathers, they know if the white boy don't come and get them, they're done. So they had to face that revelation this week. And a lot of them still making regret videos and apology videos. We don't need none of that because we told y'all wasn't going nowhere.
Exactly.
The white boy is made up. Well, he ain't made up. He actually walked the earth, but he wasn't Hamashiach. He was Caesar Borgia. We told y'all about this dude. This dude was the son of a pope. He had a gay lover, Leonardo da Vinci. Leonardo painted all those paintings during the Renaissance era. And this man, not only did he have sex with his sister, but the Pope joined in on him and they ran a train on his sister. There's a book out there called either The Borgias or Meet the Borgias, one of the two. But it's talking about that whole wicked family. This is who y'all worship.
Yeah. I don't know if you mentioned it as well, but he was also the lover of Leonardo da Vinci.
Yeah.
And Leonardo da Vinci showed his love for Caesar Borgia by coming up with that picture that y'all call cheese and rice today. And y'all worship that. You know what I'm saying? Y'all worship that image, man. Now understanding that's your enemy. Y'all don't do enough research, especially you Christians, man. And then now you wake up, 3 or 4 days after that so-called rapture that y'all was talking about, and you still here. A lot of you done gave up your jobs, your houses. Now you out here looking real stupid.
Yeah.
And another thing, these pastors, this is going to expose a lot of them as well. And that rapture, so-called rapture that y'all talking about, that's talking about the 144,000, man. And then the 1/3 men, women, and children that believe on Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, man. It starts with the elect, man. This is Revelation 7:3. I'm gonna go to Revelation 7:4. And I heard the number of them which were sealed, and there were sealed 144,000 of all the tribes of the children of Israel. So this is not all you Edomites and all these other nations that y'all think y'all was finna get raptured up out of here. Even in Africa, you had a bunch of Hamites in the mountains trying to get raptured up, and they didn't go nowhere. You know, this is Revelation 7:5. Of the tribe of Judah were sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of Reuben were sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of Gad were sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of Asher were sealed 12,000. The tribe of Naphtali were sealed 12,000. Of the tribes of Manasseh were 12,000 sealed. The tribe of Simeon were sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of Levi were sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of Issachar were sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of Zebulun were sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of Joseph were sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of Benjamin were sealed 12,000. After this I behold, and lo, a great multitude which no man could number, of all nations and kindreds and peoples and tongues, stood before the throne and before the Lamb, clothed with white robes and palms in their hands. That's that numeral multitude is 1/3, man.
See, that's what a loophole. That's the loophole. That's the scripture they twist. That's that gray area they needed to include everybody. No, they're the numeral 1/3 of all nations, all kindreds, all tongues. Those represent the Gentiles.
Yeah.
When I say Gentiles, I don't mean from other nations. I mean Israelites who were living, who took on the customs of other nations. I'm talking about the Israelites who living amongst the other nations who didn't even know that they were Israelites. So now, you can't twist this one, Christian preacher. We know how y'all work. Y'all take all those scriptures that says all and whosoever, and y'all apply them to the masses. No, that's not what it means. When it does say all and whosoever, it's still talking about Israelites. So now, Pastor, you lied again. And they look for scriptures like this to keep their money coming in, to keep y'all gaslighted, to keep y'all fooled, to keep y'all believing the great Christian lie that everybody can be saved and God loves everybody. Okay, well, if he loves everybody, why are the Palestinians catching hell right now? If he loves everybody. Why are all these mass shootings taking place all over this country if he loves everybody? And now you got videos I'm seeing where Edomites, they kind of puzzled as to why the so-called black people ain't upset and making noise and then like that. Because so-called black people have come to a realization. They have come to the conclusion that the nation of Edom cannot be reasoned with. And it's easier to let y'all just sit back and let y'all destroy yourself than to fight for a slice of the devil's pie. No, we want the whole bakery.
Exactly.
That's why we sitting back and let the Lord do what he do and take y'all out, put y'all back in y'all cages. Then we ain't gonna have nobody to argue with. Argue with Edom for what? When his mind is obviously stuck on self-destruction. So the best thing you can do if you're an Israelite is to stay out this man's way, because he's reckless, he's emotional, he's impulsive, he's dangerous. All those things make him dangerous. Plus the fact that he refuses to deal with reason, deal with reality. That's why Trump got kicked out of the UN's assemblies, because he doesn't deal with reality. Nobody wants to deal with a child, especially in these times. That's why the so-called black community is chilling. And the Lord did this. The Lord got us chilling. Y'all got the global spotlight right now, Edom, because the world is seeing the nation of Edom. They're not seeing white people. They're seeing Edomites on full display on the world stage. And it's not a good look. I'm going to tell you right now, y'all ain't looking too good, bro, because y'all got nations banning y'all from their countries. So how you think this is going to play out? How is peace supposed to come upon y'all when the very nation that promised peace ain't doing nothing but bringing the opposite? So how this is not sustainable. All these lies coming out the White House are not sustainable. This economy is not sustainable. This job market is not sustainable. So how long you think y'all got until this thing just boils over and all hell breaks loose in these streets out of frustration? Y'all showing the world who y'all really are. Y'all showing the world who you always were. You just been trying to hide it through podium talk, especially from these lying-ass politicians and these lying-ass preachers. That podium talk ain't working no more, because as soon as you step down from that podium, people see the real.
Yeah, the gazing stock, man.
Yeah.
That's America for you. That gazing, that great gazing stock that all the world sees now, sees it for what it really is. Sees Esau, Salaki, for what he really is. This is Nahum chapter 3, verse 4. Because of the multitude of the whoredoms of the well-favored harlot, the mistress of witchcrafts that setteth nations through her whoredoms, and families through her witchcraft. Behold, I am against thee, saith the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai of hosts, and I will discover thy skirts upon thy face, and I will show the nations thy nakedness, and the kingdoms thy shame, and I will cast abominable filth upon thee, and make thee vile, and will set thee as a gazing stock. And it shall come to pass that all that look upon thee shall flee from thee, and say, Nineveh is laid waste. Who will bemoan her? Whence shall I seek comforters for thee? See, this place is on basically this place is being exposed, man. You know, everybody pointing the finger at her. Don't nobody want to deal with this place. Why you think, like the brother said, Trump got banned from those, you know, those little things that they be doing. They got banned.
Assemblies.
Them assemblies. He got banned from that. That's these nations not wanting to deal with Babylon no more, because every time they have some type of a covenant with this place, it backfires every single time. There's nothing new under the sun on that, man. But y'all steady want to trust this man.
Look how they did the South Koreans. For all those who don't know, they had a deal to build a Hyundai plant in Georgia. The thing was that all the equipment in this plant, they had Korean instructions. So they had to have Korean workers, technicians, to come in and train the American workers. So, and there was about 300 of them. So when they got here, this Karen called ICE on them. ICE came and rounded up these people and held them in captivity for a week, knowing who they were. But out of mere pleasure and the enjoyment of doing wickedness, Esau kept these people locked up for no reason, because he enjoys it. Now, after a week goes by, and they pretend they acknowledge their mistake, they offer these people free visas to stay in the country. South Koreans, they like, no, we want to go home. We don't care about your plans. You figure it out. And they left. South Korea put the United States on blast, world stage, telling the world what America did to these 300 technicians. Now you tell me, Mr. Trump, how are you bringing manufacturing back to the United States when that right there killed it? Don't nobody want to deal with the United States, because, see, this is what the United States is learning the hard way. Racism is expensive. Racism can also cause you to go broke. That's what we mean by racism is expensive, because it's going to cost you your fortune that you worship. So if y'all don't know how to keep racism out of your business dealings, it will not work. Because guess what? You are not the only one on this planet, Edom. If you want to make money with other nations, you're going to have to put your little feelings to the side. You're going to have to put all your little racial stereotypes to the side if you want to make money with other nations. And what you're showing right now to the other nations is that your racism trumps all. You can't get over your racism. You can't. Even if you wanted to, it's still going to show. That's an Edomite. When they try to, they go above and beyond to try to hide the racism, but it surfaces anyway. That's an Edomite. That racism is going to define you to the end of time. That's when at the end of your 1,000 years, and you are rounded up and exterminated, that's what you're going to be thought about as racist. Because this is the thing about Edomites. And I think I figured out why it's so easy for y'all to treat other nations like shit. The reason y'all treat other nations like shit is because you're not human. You're human-ish. Just like the J-ish. You're human-ish. Yeah, you got characteristics of humans. But that one thing that divides the humans from the animals, you lack. And that's empathy. So that makes you a two-legged animal, because you could just treat other humans, you could just actually murder groups of humans and don't lose no sleep at night. You're not human, bro. You don't look out for the next man. You don't care about how your action is going to affect this country. You just want what you want out of greed and out of lust. So yeah, you're human-ish, just like the J-ish. But you're not human, just like the J-ish are not Israelites. You don't have any pigment. It ain't no coincidence you're the only nation that can enjoy what the earth has to offer in its entirety. It's no coincidence, because the Lord marked you. Look out for this man. And you can't run from your skin. Y'all hate us so much, yet you're killing yourself in tanning beds,
Trying to
catching cancer, trying to look like somebody you don't like. What kind of sanity is that?
That's how you know all the little pharmaceutical items that he come out with, like the suntan lotion and all of that little crazy shit. It all causes cancer.
Yeah.
And then y'all talk about it so much, but then like the brother says, you want to be like us, because when you put that suntan lotion on to get into a UV light, or I believe a black light, they skin turns to this. They turn to a literal blackface, man. When they put that shit on. You know, but like the brother says, y'all got to watch this devil, man. You know, he's out for blood, no matter whose blood he's taking it from. He dealt treacherously with all these different nations, and eventually they finna deal treacherously with him. And there's gonna be much bloodshed in this country, man. This is Isaiah 33:1. Woe to thee that spoilest, and thou wast not spoiled, and dealt treacherously, and they dealt not treacherously with thee. When thou shalt cease to spoil, thou shalt be spoiled. And when thou shalt make an end to deal treacherously, thou shalt deal treacherously with thee. You're going to get to a point even when you don't want to just try to bag out of shit. But it's going to be too late, man. Them judgments is set against you, man. And there's no way you're going to flee what's getting ready to come upon you, your people, and your kingdom. And this is what the elders and apostles of Great Millstone on down been saying, man, since the 60s, bro. Since the 60s, man. I had another scripture as well. 1 second.
And another thing that's going to put the nail in the coffin, Putin actually called Trump out at this summit, at this UN assembly. He told Trump to his face, nobody believes you. How you think he got the nickname Taco? Trump always chickens out. That's what that stands for. And this man, how long he done had this battle group down there in Venezuela and nobody fired a shot? He was banking on Venezuela to fold instead of mount up. No, nobody's falling for your bluffs anymore. That wasn't nothing but a bluff. You think that when them Venezuelans saw those warships, they were just gonna cave into your will? No, they got on the phone. They called big brother Russia, big brother China. You wasn't anticipating that. You were just banking on them to fold at the sight of these ships. No, everybody don't fold at the sight of American ships no more, if that's what you're thinking. Because you no longer have the most powerful weapons on the planet. So that's why they got on the phone and called the people with the most powerful weapons on the planet. You're not a threat anymore. And your bluffs are played out. All these see-through threats, ain't nobody afraid. Because they know you gonna always chicken out.
Oh.
Taco Supreme.
I got Joel 3:9, brother. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. Prepare war. Wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. Assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord Yahweh Shai. So like the brother said, these nations, they not folding up like chairs for America no more, man.
Oh.
Ain't nobody scared of this place. They see America's bluff. You know, they tired of America's coming over there to their lands, causing bloodshed, taking their land, killing their people. You know, so it's at the point now to where they gonna rise up against America, and eventually they gonna come see about this place, man. They gonna come and see about this place, and you Jake's gonna get caught up in it. You Eve's gonna get caught up in it because y'all want this kingdom to continue. You want Esau's knee still in the back of your neck. You know, and these problems are coming, man. Even in the UK, I believe.
Oh yeah, yep.
They making it mandatory with this digital ID, man. We one step closer to the rice, my friend.
Yeah.
We one step closer to that rice. Because we got a speaking code, because Esau been on his madness, you know, trying to come down on people's so-called freedom of speech, you know. But hey, eventually that's going to trickle down here to the U.S. You know, and they said that it's mandatory and that you can't work without it. So what is that telling you, man? This the forerunner of that MOTB.
You know what the excuse is for this? Or the app KO. This is a self-inflicted wound. This is what's going on. What they did was they opened up their borders too, and then called it a crisis. Now we got to do something about all these undocumented people. That's why they putting the digital ID on these people. And trust me, these people in the UK, they took to the streets. They tearing the club up over there right now. You ain't gonna see it on American news because America is very secretive. They don't want you, for them to put that on the news would be like forecasting their next move. And they want it to be a surprise. So you'll be forced to make an impetuous decision based out of fear and not reasoning and sound logic. Yeah, they want you to make a decision based out of fear. So they caused this self-inflicted wound. They opened up their borders just like they did here. And at the same time, while they had their border open for 4 straight years, politicians on TV with podium talking about how they so concerned about national security. But your border's wide open. You're not concerned about national security. You are creating a cause for digital ID. That's what you're doing. And that's a self-inflicted stupid ass wound. America been shooting themselves in the foot since the 60s.
Straight cheddar bobbing.
Straight up. Because they are stupid enough to believe that there is no God. Just like in the book Psalms 14 verse 1. The fool has said in his heart, there is no Yahweh. So with them believing there is no Yahweh, they also believe that there is no consequence for their wickedness. That's why they tried to get up out of here when we told y'all the white boy ain't coming. But y'all got to find that out every 2 years based on the fact that y'all still listening to these lying ass pastors. That's your dumb ass mistake. You play stupid games, you're gonna win stupid prizes. And guess what? When that day of what the Christians call rapture does happen, you ain't gonna be in that bunch. You ain't, because you worshiping false idols who cannot save. And that in itself is spiritual adultery. You will be judged for that. You giving all the Lord's glory, all the Lord's credit to a false idol, knowing that we serve a jealous God. Are you stupid?
And it's not finna be no secret, man. Like how y'all tried to portray it to be at one point to be a secret rapture, and then y'all took it to social media, which makes it not a secret anymore.
Right.
But everybody is going to see this happen, bro. It's not gonna be something that's just gonna happen and don't nobody see it. Everybody gonna see it, because y'all gonna have to deal with that regret after seeing it.
They dealing with it now. They can't stop crying.
This is 1 Corinthians 15 and 51. Behold, I show you a mystery. We shall not all sleep, but we shall all be changed. And the moment, in the twinkling of an eye, at the last trump. We ain't at the last trump yet.
Nope.
For the trumpet shall sound, and the dead shall be raised incorruptible, and we shall be changed. For this incorruptible must put on, this corruptible must put on incorruption, and this mortal must put on immortality. So that flesh that y'all thought was finna get took up in the clouds wasn't gonna get took up in the clouds in the first place. This is flesh, man.
Yeah.
We getting the spiritual, Lord willing, we getting spiritual bodies, man. It says, so when this corruptible shall have put on incorruption, and this mortal shall have put on immortality, then shall be brought to pass the saying that it is written, death is swallowed up in victory. You see that? So we gonna get corruptible, we gonna get incorruptible bodies, man. And then on top of that, our enemies are going to see.
Mm-hmm.
You know, this is Revelation 11 and 12. And they heard a voice, a great voice from heaven saying unto them, come up hither. And they ascended up to heaven in a cloud, which is a chariot, which y'all mistakenly call UFOs. Come up hither, and they ascended up into a cloud, a heaven in a cloud, and their enemies beheld them. So your enemies are going to see you get beamed up in these chariots, the 144,000 and the innumerable multitude, bro. And the enemies, who are these enemies? It's talking about these Edomites, man, and all these other nations.
Psalms 83.
They're going to see you get beamed up, you know? So, hey, and plus we're going to have to go through some tribulation before we get the kingdom.
Yeah.
Like the brother said, the Lord is not going to just roll out a red carpet and y'all just going to jam y'all way into the kingdom, man. You're going to have to go through this tribulation before you get this kingdom, man. You got to be tried in the fire first, and then see if you be acceptable. See if that gold is acceptable to Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai to be took it into them chariots, man.
Because this is the thing, the Lord is finna show you, the Lord is finna make y'all, show y'all true colors. That's what he's making y'all do. Because that what you call faith, that ain't faith. Because guess what? Faith in a wicked kingdom is beneficial to you. This is what they call faith in a wicked kingdom. You joining little groups called the Freemasons, stuff like that. That's what they call faith. As long as they winning in society, they got faith. But soon they start losing, that's when they gonna get on their knees and start crying to a false idol who cannot save. That false idol ain't gonna deliver, because that false idol does not exist. So, who you gonna put your faith in? Because that white boy ain't coming. Long as you winning, that's when you believe. Just like these Christians, they only pray when they going through hard times.
Yep.
We pray every day on a perfect day. That's the difference between us having faith and y'all having faith. Because when y'all murphing it up, the Lord is the last thing on y'all mind. When y'all murphing it up, y'all actually trying to figure out a way to get away with wickedness.
Yep.
Think about it. You get a bonus check or something like that. You just won the lottery or some shit. The Lord is the last thing on your mind. All you thinking about is wickedness. And then when you blow through those winnings and you're homeless again, that's when you go back to calling on a false idol who cannot save. You see how jacked up y'all religion is? Yeah, I called it religion. Because of religion means mind control. This book is not a religion. It's a history book. It's telling us about what happened to us, what's happening to us now, and what's about to happen to us. And it explains why we going through everything we going through. It explains why Edom is on top, and it also explains why he's about to be thrust through down back to the bottom, which is a reality that a lot of Babylonians refuse to accept. guess what? You don't have to accept it for the Lord to do it. The Lord does not need your permission to bring down Babylon. It definitely don't need your consent or approval either. Just like we don't need your approval or consent when we come out here and proclaim that we are the true Israelites. We don't need you to agree, because Edomites will never agree with truth.
Nope.
That's why y'all in the condition y'all in now, by ignoring truth, ignoring reality. And let me ask you this: if all these judges in Esau's courtrooms, if these judges were righteous, America wouldn't be in the situation that it's in now, because Trump would be in jail. So yeah, y'all whatever's about to happen, whatever the Lord finna do to y'all, it's been well deserved and overdue, because y'all won't deal with reality. That's why you in the situation you in now. That's why you got an orange toddler about to destroy everything y'all ever stole, because you don't deal with reality. If you did deal with reality, Trump wouldn't have had felon number 1 and still be in office, but he racked up 34 felons and he's still in office. Y'all don't deal with reality.
They living in a fucking so-called dream, bro. These people living in some dream or some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, y'all out here still dreaming, man. Y'all need to wake up to reality, because, hey, y'all chasing some shit that y'all ain't gonna never get. You know, especially being in this country, man. This is Ecclesiasticus 34:1. The hopes of a man void of understanding are vain and false, and dreams lift up fools. Whoso regardeth a dream is like him that catcheth at a shadow and followeth after the wind. You'll never catch that, man. You're gonna constantly be chasing something that's not even there. These things that y'all chasing in this land, it's vain, bro. You know, I was talking to this old Jake yesterday. You know, I was talking to my wife, but he was listening about the digital IDs or whatnot. And I'm telling him, well, it's gonna be hard for you to get a job. You know, you're not gonna be able to work without this thing. This man instantly started talking about what he finna do in 6 years.
See,
that's that man. These people mindset is destroyed. We telling you destruction coming, but you still like, well, I know that something finna happen, but I'm finna go and work on my future.
See, that's what you call, you have been indoctrinated to ignore what doesn't benefit you. Truth doesn't benefit people, so they just ignore it. And y'all got this from Esau, cognitive dissonance.
Oh yeah.
2.0. Not dealing with reality. And this is why the United States is in the condition it's in now, because they don't deal with reality. They expect the other nations to just bow to their will.
Yep.
No, let me get this one. This is the book of Habakkuk chapter 2. We start at verse 4. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith. That's why this man has no sense of balance, no sense of judgment, no sense of righteousness, no sense of morality, no sense of dignity. That's why we call y'all humanish. Yeah, you walk on 2 legs like us, and you can use nouns and verbs just like us. But that one thing that separates humans from animals, empathy. That's what you don't have, Edom. That's why you were marked, so that the other human families could be on the lookout. Verse 5. Yeah, also because he transgresses by wine, he is a proud man. Neither keepeth at home, who enlarges his desire as hell, and is as deaf, and cannot be satisfied, but gather unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. See, the other nations saw that. That's why the other nations banned Trump from UN assemblies, because the soul which is lifted up is not upright in him. It's something very seriously wrong with the orange toddler. But guess what? He's a perfect representation of the citizens of Babylon. Because y'all don't deal with reality either. If you did, you would have did something about the wickedness that's going on in your White House. But you don't. You're starting to speak on it now because the wickedness no longer benefits you. Not that it's the right thing to do, because you're not benefiting from the wickedness anymore. That's why you speaking out. So we don't mistake your outcries for righteous judgment. No, we see it for what it is. You no longer benefit for the wickedness. That's why you crying. But see, when the wickedness was only happening to us, you were silent because you were too busy benefiting. That's why you crying. America was great when it was only happening to us, right? Mm-hmm. Now the shoe is on the other foot. America ain't so great, is it? That's because it never was great.
And these snake ass politicians is showing y'all now.
Yeah.
You know, that's why you're not supposed to trust these cats, man. This is Ecclesiasticus 12 and 13. Who will pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent, or any such as come nigh wild beast, man? Why is you gonna put your trust in this government, turn around and get bit in your ass? Now you struggling. You can't pay for food, you can't pay for water, lights down there finna get cut off. You ain't got, just the whole situation is bad for you, you know? And it's finna get worse because these are just the beginning of sorrows, man.
Yeah.
And that's one thing y'all gotta understand. This is the beginning of sorrows. This is 2nd Ezra 16 and 17. Woe is me, who will deliver me in those days? The beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the power shall stand in fear. The beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come? Behold, famine and plague and tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment, correction.
Mm-hmm.
For you blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, you Israelites, man. Excuse me, I'm getting slow. But for all these things they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges. Behold, victual shall be good, so good cheap upon earth, that they shall think themselves to be in good case. And even then shall evils grow upon earth, sore famine and great confusion. You know, so even though you can still get you a little something here and there on the eating tip, this food, that shit gonna still go up on a higher level. You're gonna be paying a lot of money to where a day's wages is gonna cost. That's how much it's gonna cost you to get a meal for that day, man.
Yeah.
And y'all gonna have to ration out your food and water, and you gonna eat and still not be satisfied. And then on top of that, for the people that don't have food, they gonna come see about you. So you're not gonna get no rest. You're not gonna live comfortably. You're gonna have to be, your head gonna have to be on a swivel out here real soon. Because it ain't gonna be nothing but death around the corner everywhere you go here in Babylon real soon, man.
Yeah, that's when you gonna know that judgment's going out on a high level. Cause see, this is one of the illusions that Esau is pulling over everybody in Babylon right now. He got y'all thinking that inflation got everything going higher and higher. It's not inflation. It's the fact that your dollar is dead. Mm-hmm. That's why it takes so many dollars to get the same stuff now. The dollar is the new peso. In case you haven't realized it or not. You know how it takes thousands and thousands of pesos to buy that sandwich? It's the same thing about to happen to the dollar too. Your dollar is dead. It's not inflation. That's what they call it in the news. Your dollar is dead. So all this wickedness that you had to do to get that bag is gonna be for naught. Matter of fact, I posted last week, your dollar has lost 97% of its purchasing power.
And you know the dollar is messed up. I've been seeing a lot of $2 bills floating around, right? And this old Edomite, because he seen I had a couple of them. I had just been coming across a couple, even my rib been coming across a couple of $2 bills. And this old Edomite, and it kind of makes sense because you don't see them like that. Mm-hmm. That the reason why you see so many $2 bills is because the dollar is collapsing.
It's dead.
The dollar is over with. And that's why you seeing a lot more $2 bills in circulation. And that make a lot of sense, man, because at first $2 bills were pretty much down rare.
Yeah, they were collector's items. My dad and granddad had a jewelry box full of rare coins, buffalo nickels, all those rare coins and dollars. My dad collected those. because that's when the dollar had a lot of purchasing power. Because back in the day, you could sell a $2 bill for a couple of $100 because they were so rare. But now they're not rare because you see them in circulation all the time. They're no longer collecting these things because they are no longer valuable. That's why you're seeing $2 bills in circulation now. They're trying to get rid of it while it still has value. That's the best thing you can do. That's why we told y'all, everything tied to this dollar is about to die as well. All your stocks, your bonds, your CDs, certificates of deposit, everything tied to this dollar is about to die. But they're gonna force you into a corner. They're gonna say you can keep your assets, but you have to have them converted into digital currency.
Yep.
That's the trap.
And they say that it's a good benefit for you. But no, they can take from you what they want at that point.
They can take it even faster because it's all digital.
Yeah.
All they gotta do is find the nearest keyboard. So yeah, it's gonna be a benefit to them. They got an easier way to rob you now.
And control you.
Yeah.
And control you. This social credit score, speak out against it.
Yeah.
All that money coming up out that account that you got, a nice chunk of it.
Yeah, China already own that. That's why the United States trying to play catch up. The UK is beating the United States to the digital dollar, to digital ID. It'll be easier for them to control you because if you say something they don't like, they'll cut you off. They want to be able to control you through 15-minute cities. Well, if you go outside of that 15-minute radius, they cut your chip off.
Yep.
So this ain't about benefiting humanity. This is about controlling humanity. Get a drink of water.
Yeah, and that dollar, it's just, y'all just gonna cast it out in the street eventually once y'all realize that it don't mean nothing no more.
Oh yeah.
This is Ezekiel 7:19. They shall cast their silver in the streets, and their gold shall be removed. Their silver and their gold shall not be able to deliver them in the day of the wrath of the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. They shall not satisfy their souls, neither fill their bowels, because it is a stumbling block of their iniquity. And like the brother said, all the wickedness y'all did to get this dollar, man.
Yep.
It's gonna be a stumbling block, and it's gonna, and y'all dwell on this dollar right now, but eventually, when they get taken away, they gonna wait till y'all wild out a little bit, and then they gonna try to come and give you a conclusion, which is gonna be another trap. You can't be ignorant to Satan's devices, man. We know what this man is getting ready to do. He's getting ready to put all of y'all in a digital captivity, man.
Yeah. A
digital captivity where everything is controlled by him. Through you, he can just take anything he wants from you, do whatever he wants to do to you. And shit, when they bring out that rice, oh man.
It's over with. He really gonna show his ass. That's why he insists on cameras being everywhere. He wants to be like the Most High. The Most High is the only entity that is everywhere at the same time. Esau wants to do the same. Cameras everywhere. Microphones everywhere. They even bugged your cars with them now. Look at all these Teslas. These ain't nothing but snitches on 4 wheels, because they record everything you say and do. I don't want to drive no snitch. You'll never see me in a Tesla. And then they can override the controls if they want to take you out. They can easily make that car go over a cliff or a bridge or run into some explosives, anything. And then blame you, say, well, we did find alcohol in the system, so he must have been drunk driving. No, somebody took over the controls of that Tesla and murdered you with it because they didn't like what you were saying on the internet.
Yep.
It's just that simple for Esau to get away with murder.
Like you say, you got that freaking God complex, man. You know, this is Isaiah 14:12. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, light bearer? The motherfucking small hatters, the ones that run everything in the background. That's who this is talking about. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations? Because this man done weakened the nations, man. For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of God. I will sit upon the mount of the congregation and the sides of the north. I will send above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. That is Esau's mentality.
Yeah.
He wants to be like the Most High. Remember, he said that God made mistakes creating the earth.
Yeah. This
That's some
idiot
cocky
thinks.
shit.
Yeah. This idiot thinks he can perfect what's already been perfected. You are a creation, but this certain creation thinks that he has the right to tell the Creator. That's why you're gonna be exterminated, Esau, because you don't know what respect is. You don't know what empathy is. Like I said, you are humanish, but you're not human. And the whole world is starting to see that because your podium talk ain't working no more, especially for these politicians and these pastors. This is the book of Romans chapter 16, verse 18. For they that are such serve not our Lord Yahushua HaMashiach, but their own belly, and by good words and fair speeches deceive the hearts of the simple. That's that podium talk. We can all come together, and no, we can't, because you have demonstrated several times throughout your rulership that you don't want everybody to come together. You want everybody to come together under you as long as you in charge. And as the whole world can see, that is not working out, because this is Esau's mistake. He paints himself as being the world police when he's the most crooked cop this world has ever seen. So how do you paint yourself as being the world police when you're the most crooked cop on the force? That's why you ain't getting no respect, because people see your hypocrisy. You can't go over there and tell them people how to run their house when they seeing on TV in real time your house in shambles. They ain't trying to hear it. And I don't blame them, because now you're a hypocrite and a liar. You can't tell them people how to spend their money. You can't tell these people, you can't say who can and who can't have a nuclear weapon. That's their money. They can buy whatever they want to buy with it. So once again, the world police, you're the most crooked cop. You are the most crookedest cop on the force. That's why these other nations are ignoring your stupid ass right now, because they see the hypocrisy.
I got Psalms 55 and 20, because Esau, you know, it's when he tried to make these covenants with these other nations, you know, over time, not now, because they ain't really fucking with America no more. But they was always coming with peace, man.
Yeah.
But then
Esau didn't want peace.
He'll get in that mindset of bloodshed, man. That's Esau for you. This is Psalms 55 and 20. He had put forth his hand against such as be at peace with him. He had broken his covenant. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words are softer than oil, yet they drawn swords. We can do this peace deal and this and that. We can help each other, but in the back of his mind, he's ready to take your shit.
Yeah. Imagine him how to throw thee into a pit too.
And undermine thee. Yeah. That's Esau, man. He might seem like he's looking out for you, but he's not. He's doing it to benefit himself, man.
See, that's that humanish behavior.
Yeah.
That's that humanish behavior. This is let me get this one real quick. Because I've heard more than one Edomite on more than one occasion. They look down upon empathy. And it even states that in Wisdom of Solomon chapter 2, that our strength be law. Roughly paraphrasing. But I done heard Elon Musk say empathy is for the weak. The late Captain Kirk, he said empathy is for weak people. But yet, when Elon Musk, when all his fortune tanked, he wanted empathy.
Now you showing your weak side.
Exactly.
You was never strong. You was weak behind that. You was strong behind that money.
Yeah.
Without that money, left, that power left. Now you weak, and that's Esau. He's weak, man. Nothing without that dollar or them guns.
He gonna show true colors when they say, what's that phrase they have back in the world? When you get rich, you show the people who you really are.
Yeah.
Elon Musk was an asshole. When the Lord humbled him by taking his riches, that's when he calmed down.
Nebuchadnezzar his ass.
Yeah. That's what's gonna happen to a lot of you Edomites, because you put too much power in your money. Your money ain't gonna be able to save you in the day of judgment. Matter of fact, your money is the reason why you being judged.
Mm-hmm.
Where is it? Let me see. All right, this is the Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2. And this is Esau's whole spirit for real. How they gonna use their time on top to do whatever they want to do and not accept responsibility for any of it. That is Esau's mind state. That is his spirit. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2, we start at verse 1. For the ungodly saith, reasoning with themselves, but not aright. Our life is short and tedious, and in the death of a man there is no remedy. Neither was there any man known to have returned from the grave. For we are born of all adventure, and we shall be hereafter as though we had never been. For the breath of our nostrils is as of smoke, and a little spark in the moving of our hearts. Which being distinguished, our body shall be turned into ashes, our spirit shall vanish as the soft air. As our name shall be forgotten in time, and no man shall have our works in remembrance, and our life shall pass away as the trace of a cloud, but shall be dispersed as a mist that is driven away with the beams of the sun, and overcome with the heat thereof. For our time is a very shadow that passeth away, and after our end there is no returning. For it is fast sealed, so that no man cometh again. Now listen to this. This is what they decided to do. So all that I read was them saying you only live once.
Yep.
That's basically what all that summed up to.
Yep.
You only live once. So this is what they decided to do when they came to that conclusion. Come on, therefore, let us enjoy the good things that are present. Let us speedily use the creatures, like as in you. Let us fill ourselves with costly wine and ointments. Let no flower of the spring pass us by. Let us crown ourselves with rosebuds before they be withered. Let none of us go without his part in our voluptuousness. Let us leave tokens of our joyfulness in every place, for this is our portion, our lot is this. Let us oppress the poor righteous man. Let us not spare the widow, nor reverence the ancient gray hairs of the age. Let our strength be the law of justice, for that which is feeble is found to be nothing worth. That's what I was getting at. See, they think if you weak, you ain't shit. But they don't understand they are the weakest of the humanish family. They are the base man. That's why they so quick to cave under pressure. Quick to go get that 30 out that desk drawer. Suicide is their answer to everything. So who's the weakest? Because I promise you, y'all would cave under the curses of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. And y'all ain't even under the curses fully yet. He just giving y'all a glimpse. And y'all crashing out left and right all over the internet.
They catching a couple of jabs. And they acting like they getting knocked out.
You know what I'm saying?
Y'all ain't feel nothing yet. You know, all this oppression that y'all did to our people made us strong over the time. Just made us stronger. Y'all ain't never been without. So when the shit hit the fan, you already see Edomites all over social media losing it.
Yeah.
It ain't and shit ain't even hit the fan yet.
That's
man.
them falling from that top bunk. See, we sleeping on the floor.
Yep.
We told y'all, the ones sleeping on the top bunk, they gonna tear that floor up.
I got Psalm 73 and 5. They are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men. Therefore pride compassed them about as a chain. Violence covered them as a garment. Their eyes stand out with fatness. They have more than the heart could wish. And that's kind of going into what he was bringing out in that scripture. You know, they got everything, man. They are corrupt and speak wickedly concerning oppression. They speak loftily. They set their mouth against the heavens, and their tongue walketh through the earth. Therefore, his people return hither, and waters of a full cup are wrung out to them. So this devil is getting ready to get what's coming to them, man.
He feel it in the air. He feel it in the whole vibration of the earth that he's being rejected by the planet. And sooner or later, just like he's doing now with all these generals he's assembling in Quantico, I think that's the name of the place, Quantico, where the Marines assemble at, he finna start some shit with these nations. Because the devil knows that he have but a short time. He know he can't do nothing with a dead dollar. So now he got to take everything. These nations are turning their backs on the United States and the state of Israel, which they should, because they have always been the cause of every problem on this planet. And it's a good thing that a lot of Edomites are waking up to that fact, but they're not waking up to that fact because it's the righteous thing to do. They're waking up to that fact because it's a threat to their kingdom, and they want their kingdom to continue. So they're gonna call it out because they see it's a threat. But you calling it out, it's not gonna defeat the Lord's will that this place be destroyed. It's still gonna be destroyed, and y'all still going into captivity. And ain't nothing y'all could do to get out of this, Edom, or any of these other nations. Ham, you in trouble too, homie?
Oh, yeah,
why you trying to prophesy?
Man, you say it all the time. You listening to these pastors out here so-called prophesying, and the shit don't come to pass. Y'all need to instantly quit following these cats, man.
Exactly.
Instead, he gonna give y'all another date, and y'all gonna follow it again?
Yeah, he pushed it back to October 7th through the 10th.
Y'all, man, these people cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, bro.
Look, man, do not listen to these Hamite preachers. Hamites, I ain't gonna say all nations of Ham, all tribes of Ham, but a lot of them, they worship many gods, man. And this is how you know a man is of the Lord. It all starts and stops with the true names. If they coming at you with a false name, you know he lying. The real names are Yahweh. That's the Father's name. Yahweh Shai is the Son's name. Not no Jesus, not no God. So if they starting their lies off with those two names, Jesus and God, you better run. Because they out for your money. They out for your wife. They out for your daughter. Something that shit. Now some of them out for your sons too. Yeah, they doing it like that. Matter of fact, there was a preacher that got caught in the bathroom with his son bent over in front of him. His own flesh and blood. And y'all gonna actually listen to these people? If you do listen to them, you deserve whatever happens to you. Just like all these people that gave away their houses. Are you stupid? I guess the answer is yes, because you did it based on believing a liar. You deserve whatever happened to you. You gave away your car. Ain't nobody tell you to do that. You did it because you was listening to a liar. How many times we got to tell y'all it ain't but one Father. His name is Yahweh. It ain't but one Son. His name is Yahweh Shai. All these little offshoots and whatever y'all pull out your backside, no. The true doctrine starts and stops with the true names.
I got Ezekiel 14:7. For everyone of the house of Israel, or of the stranger that sojourneth in Israel, which separated himself from me, and setteth up his idols in his heart, and putteth the stumbling block of his iniquity before his face, and cometh to a prophet to inquire of him concerning me, I, the Lord Yahweh, will answer him myself, and I will set my face against that man, and will make him a sign and a proverb, and I will cut him off from the midst of my people. And ye shall know that I am the Lord. And if the prophet be deceived when he hath spoken a thing, I, the Lord, have deceived that prophet, and I will stretch out my hand upon him, and will destroy him from the midst of my people Israel. And they shall bear the punishment of their iniquity. The punishment of the prophet shall be even as the punishment of him that seeketh unto him. So these pastors, they basically taking y'all to the grave, man.
Yeah.
Y'all following these pastors, and your judgment is gonna be just like his for following.
And I still see that prophecy. A lot of y'all gonna die in church.
Yup.
Because you're hard-headed, you're stiff-necked. Out of all this proof that Jesus does not exist, y'all still gonna run up in them churches to be saved, only to be destroyed. I guess that was your lot, to be destroyed in the church because you will not listen to reason. You will not separate yourself from your false idols. Like in Ezekiel chapter 14. It says, get away from your idols. Y'all ain't gonna do it because this is all y'all know. And guess what? You're gonna die for it. Now you tell me, I'll tell you off the bat, a false idol is not worth dying over. Centuries and centuries of Christian fairy tales and lies is not worth your life. Or at least it shouldn't be. But a lot of y'all gonna fall into that lot. A lot of y'all gonna be judged for committing spiritual adultery, worshiping false idols. And that very false idol that you are worshiping is gonna lead you to your death. And your blood gonna be on your hands. Hamashiach's blood is not gonna cover spiritual adultery, especially when you knew otherwise, but you still chose to follow these false idols. Yeah, the Lord, the true Hamashiach, Yahushua, is going to put you down. It's not the pastor's fault. It's your own fault because you chose to continue to believe the lies.
I got 1 Timothy chapter 4. I'm gonna read down to 3. Now the Spirit speaketh expressively that the latter times some shall depart from the faith, giving heed to seducing spirits and doctrines of devils, speaking lies and hypocrisy, having their conscience seared with an hot iron, forbidding to marry and commanding to abstain from meats which power hath created to be received with thanksgiving of them which believe and know of the truth. See, y'all just start to get to a point where people don't want to take heed to this truth anymore, man. But they want to go out here to these deceiving ass pastors and get, prosperous doctrine. Everybody can be saved. Everybody can be together as one, under one umbrella. Nah, that ain't how it's going to be, man. Your conscience been seared with a hot iron. A lot of you stuck where you going to be at, man. When you get seared with a hot iron, that mark is stuck on wherever your body got that mark put on. It's never going to heal up completely. It's going to always be there. And that's how a lot of these false doctrines are in your people's minds out there. You've been seared with a spiritual hot iron, man. You got a spiritual stronghold around your head, man. And you can't get out of that prison because you don't like truth. And that's going to be your demise.
Yeah. A lot of y'all going to pay with y'all own blood. The Lord's blood is not going to cover you because you choose to stay participating in wickedness, like going up in these churches and allowing these men to lie to you for profit. I mean, what do you expect the outcome to be of that? You expect the Lord to co-sign everything these lying ass preachers are saying? No.
He's going to expose them.
The Lord is finna show you. That's what this whole week was about. The Lord is showing you that these men have been lying to you. The Lord is showing you that everybody's not going to be saved because everybody's not an Israelite. Somebody's going into captivity. And the Lord does not love everybody.
Exactly.
Matter of fact, 17 nations of somebody's is going into captivity under the Israelites. But for some reason, Pastor don't want to talk about that in the church, because he too busy giving you feel-good doctrines to get your money. He'll never tell you the truth. Because if you're not of an Israelite tribe, you are the Lord's enemy. You will never hear that in church. Because of what you and your nation participated in doing to his people. Yeah, you are the Lord's enemy because of what your nations have done to his people. And ain't nothing you can say to get you out of it. You'll never hear this in the church. And that only proves why you go to church, because you want to hear lies. You don't want to hear the truth. If you want to hear the truth, the church would be the last place you'll be caught dead at. So that proves that you want deceits prophesied unto you. Go ahead, bro.
Oh, you got it. I'll go and get that prophesied deceits. I'll go grab that right now. This book of Isaiah, chapter 30. I'm gonna start at 30 and 8, because it's a lot of people out here, especially these damn Eves. You know, brothers be posting scriptures and stuff, and basically the Eve said, y'all posting these scriptures like God himself wrote it. No, God didn't write it himself, but he told men to write these things on tablets and on books, man.
It was inspired by the Spirit.
Exactly. This is Isaiah 30 and 8. Now go write it before them in the table and note it in a book, that it may be for the time to come forever and ever, that this is a rebellious people, lying children that will not hear the law of the Lord Yahweh, which say to the seers, see not, and to the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things, speak unto us smooth things, prophesy deceits. And that's what y'all want to hear, deceits. Y'all want to hear that everybody's going to the kingdom. Y'all walking around with your little paper when you got all the little hands touching each other with all different colors. Want to hold hands with your enemies, man. Esau's going into captivity whether you like it or not, Jake. That's point blank period, man. This is Isaiah 14 and 1. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob, and yet will yet choose Israel, and set them in their own land. And the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. And the people shall take them and bring them to their place. And the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord, for servants and handmaids. And they shall take them captives, who captives they were. And they shall rule over their oppressor. Israel, who has been oppressing you all these years? It's not rocket science, man. It's all in the history. You know the history, but you still want to deny it.
And you know, to show their guilt, now they're trying to whitewash the museums and get rid of the proof. If you ain't doing nothing wrong, why are you trying to get rid of evidence? That evidence has already been recorded in the heavens, homie. Check this out, Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 16. Therefore, all they that devour thee shall be devoured, and all thine adversaries, every one of them, shall go into captivity. And they that spoil thee shall be a spoil, which means rob. And all they that prey upon thee will I give for a prey. Y'all finna start running. When the 144,000 get that upgrade, right, y'all finna start running. CHAAZAQ, we be of that number, because I can't wait to make y'all eat them guns y'all so crazy about. CHAAZAQ. Think it's a game.
You got all these Edomites out here crying about what they forefathers did to us. Hey, you gonna have to pay. You got to pay for it, man.
Yeah.
You know, this is Ecclesiasticus 41 and 6. The inheritance of sinners' children shall perish, and their prosperity shall have a perpetual reproach. The children will complain of an ungodly father because they shall be a reproach for his sake.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of these Edomites been getting their ass whooped by Jake out here. Because that anger is built up and it's overflowing. A lot of Jakes are fed up with these Edomites. That's why you had them get their ass whooped on that boat. You get these Edomites getting beat up all over the place by Jake, man. And it's going to intensify. And then eventually Esau going to pull them guns.
Mm-hmm. You know what Esau trying to do?
It's going to be a civil war.
Just like now, they got these students doing blackface.
Yeah.
They got the Charlie Kirk knockoff going to TSU in Tennessee, which is a black school, trying to start some shit. This is the thing. Esau, he'll put himself in what he thinks is danger, a dangerous situation, so that he can become the victim of black fists.
Yeah.
So he wants to, when we, look y'all, when y'all see Edomites in blackface, they trying to provoke you to do something to them because they want to see you get in trouble. Ignore that dumb shit. Keep it pushing. Do not fall for it, because that's all they want, to see you get in trouble. It doesn't matter what happened to them. They don't care about what happens to them. All they want is to see you get in trouble. And I'm so proud of the students at TSU, how they handled that situation. Because they handled it without being violent. And yet they still ran off the Charlie Kirk wannabes. Because there's no way to spin this. This man was very racist. And yet Esau, he has the nerve to get in his feelings because we don't care nothing about this man. Why should we care about this man when he obviously didn't care about us, because he made a whole career out of lying on us?
Yeah.
Why would we shed a tear?
I don't give a damn.
This man got judged, just like the rest of you Edomites are about to be judged.
And just like how y'all always say when something happen on the comments, usual suspects, talking about us so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. But now, your own kind done took out y'all people.
Yeah.
Nasty on TV.
Man, look how many shootings have taken place since then. And who has always been the perpetrator? The white male. Yet they try to go hard in the paint, try to paint us as being the problem, when the world sees who has always been the problem. You entitled Edomites here in America. These are the true domestic terrorists by definition.
Yep. Exactly.
They got an Edomite in custody right now who came out and said he wanted to shoot up a preschool with toddlers, little black toddlers in it, so-called black. These babies haven't done nothing to this man. It's just the wickedness of Esau. He wants blood, innocent blood. That's the key. That's why he in trouble. He pursues innocent blood.
I'm gonna get Ezekiel 35. This is Ezekiel 35:5. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, and the time that their iniquity had an end. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Sith thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. So, hey, Edomites, eventually this blood finna seek after you. And for everything that you did to our people, that blood finna be took out on your ass, man. It's time, and we waiting patiently, man. We waiting patiently, and it's been long overdue.
Oh yeah,
it's been long overdue. And Lord willing, we are the men that get among those men that get that spiritual power. Oh man, I'm putting foot to ass on E.
Oh yeah, the Lord gonna have to make me go home.
You gotta wake up every fucking day here and irritated having to go to work and deal with these cats. You can't even leave your house with happy, man, and get out here in Esau's kingdom, and all of that goes out the window.
Yeah.
Because you could when you in this truth, you feel the spirit, man. Don't nobody got to say nothing to you. You can just feel the spirit. And Esau always on some bullshit. Always. Walking around with the little fake smirks, trying to speak to you. Don't speak to me, man. I know you got to be peaceful among all men, but sometimes it's hard to do dealing with these Edomites.
I'd rather just not fake the phone. We not say nothing to each other. Therefore, we understand each other.
Exactly.
I don't like you, you don't like me. Let's leave it at that.
Exactly.
Instead of trying to go above and beyond being fake, just so you can try to figure out how to get over on me.
Exactly.
No, you stay over there, I stay over here. Don't try to come up to me with that fake friendship, trying to figure out how to take my job and shit. No, we know how y'all operate. We know how you move. There's no solidarity with Edomites. So if there's no solidarity between your own, ain't nowhere in hell you can make a covenant with me. You won't even make a covenant with your own.
Shit, breaking your own covenant with your own folks, man.
You too cutthroat to be trusted. That's why Putin said on the world stage, in Trump's face, nobody believes you. And that really humbled him down because he knew it was true. Lies are bad for business. Liars are even worse for business. Why you think everybody are canceling their so-called contracts with the United States? Because liars are bad for business. And that's all Trump is. During his first administration, he got caught in over 25,000 lies. And those are the ones that they know about. If I told 25,000 lies, I wouldn't have a job. But they're not in trouble as other men.
Exactly.
Are they plagued like other men? Y'all just turn a blind eye to this man's wickedness. And you gonna find out the end result of you turning a blind eye to his wickedness. He gonna get all y'all in chains.
Yep. Oh, let me get this. Because eventually, you know, right now we're gonna continue to be on these highways and hedges like the rest of the brothers warning the flock. We know that 2/3 of you not gonna get it. This is strictly for the elect, you know, but like I said once upon a time, we washing our hands, man, doing this. We washing our hands spiritually of y'all blood, man. This is Ezekiel 3:17. Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore hear the word of my mouth and give them warning from me. When I say unto the wicked, thou shalt surely die, and thou givest him not warning, nor speaketh to warn the wicked from his wicked way to save his life, the same wicked man shall die in his iniquity, but his blood will I require at thine hand. Brothers around us teaching this truth on the highways and hedges. I'm talking about that great millstone doctrine, the truth. Ezekiel 3:19. Yet if thou warn the wicked, and he turn not from his wickedness, nor from the wicked way, he shall die in his iniquity. But thou hast delivered thy soul. And that's why we pushing these warnings, because we not trying to lose a life for you arrogant, prideful, dumb-sided children out there, man.
Christians still following Jesus.
Yeah.
After all this disappointment, after all this proof, there's no rapture. I bet you. Right now, as we speak, they up in them churches, and it's a Sunday too. Yeah. They still up in there. It's the day Sunday.
Talking about God trying to tell you something, singing, all that hollering and stuff in them churches. None of it edifying. Just a bunch of screaming, yelling, and confusion, man.
Let me tell y'all what's really going on in these churches. If y'all ain't figured it out yet, how y'all are, what's being done to you in these churches. You are learning how to lie. You are learning how to twist scriptures. You are learning how to finesse people. You are learning pride because you can't admit when you're wrong.
Yep.
You are learning how to shuck and jive. You are also learning how to push the enemy's narrative.
The same shit that you doing, all of that he just said is the very same thing they doing to our people with the music industry.
Yeah.
Same thing. Same thing. And I forgot who it was, But he was talking about when he first got a record deal or whatnot, that he said that they can't put out nothing unless it's speaking on genocide, prostitution, adultery.
That 2/3 music.
Yeah, drill music, man. Pushing that out here on our people. While they not even living that life for real.
No.
They might have lived it before they got into where they at. Hell, they lived that life. They made music during living that life. They graduated to Esau shit. Now Esau gonna pay you to tell the rest of your people lies. And they're gonna go out here and because if they're a fan of yours, they're gonna follow you and they're gonna do what you was speaking about in that music.
Yo, these sellouts are paid handsomely to turn you into degenerates.
Yep.
For Esau's use, so the Lord can destroy you. This is the high-level sorcery that you are not even aware of. This is what's taking place in the churches, that high-level sorcery, teaching you how to lie, how to be prideful, how to twist scriptures. This is what you're learning in the church. You ain't learning this book. If that's what you thought. You're learning how to be liars. You're learning how to be 2/3 so the Lord can destroy you.
That's why we tell y'all this is a spiritual battle, man. Because spiritually, they destroying y'all minds.
It's already destroyed.
Y'all shit is over with, man. This is Ephesians chapter 6 and 12. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places, man. And when y'all going to Esau's theology schools and then following these pastors that learned from these Edomite theology schools teaching you these lies, that's the spiritual wickedness in high places, man.
Yep.
And you allowing these people to get into your mind and destroy you mentally, man.
Think about it. For a lot of people, had you not been listening to these lying ass pastors, you'll probably still have a house.
Oh yeah.
You'll probably still have a car. It's the liars. Now you see the damage of lies? Because if you had not believed that false doctrine, you will still have your house.
Yeah. Your bills will be paid up. You don't have to go in there and ask pastor for some money and he not gonna give it to you. He gonna tell you to pray about it.
He said, we're gonna pray for you.
That means no.
Exactly.
That means no. That's all it is.
See how the church use you and throw you away? Like you're a $2 hoe?
Yeah. The church, the modern day church, that's
pimping.
We call it a whorehouse for a reason.
That's pimping up enough. Because guess what? A lot of these lying ass pastors, they used to be pimps. They are recruited on purpose by Esau. Yeah. Because these men have a wicked gift of gab.
Yeah.
It's just that simple.
That's facts.
I did a video on it this week about a pulpit pimp, which ain't nothing but they worshiping this man instead of Yahweh Shimmy Hawashai. That's the modern day definition of a cult.
Yeah, they put these pastors over Yahweh Shai, man.
Yeah, they worship this man.
They go to the preacher to ask for a prayer, like he's the mediator between you and Yahweh. Come on, man.
And I watched this man speak. I ain't gonna say he was teaching. I have to say he was speaking. 3 or 4 minutes, not one scripture came out. He was referring to his congregation as his children. And they were calling him daddy, even grown ass men. Ain't no way in hell I'm finna call another grown ass man daddy.
Ain't no fucking way, man.
You see the danger of religion? Because it makes you soft. It makes you willing to accept any lie that's put in front of you.
You become a yes man and a yes woman, and you don't go do your own research.
No.
You take everything for face value. Everything for face value, and that's what's wrong with a lot of you now. You don't go do the research. You just go look at Google one time and think that you got the truth. Now understanding that y'all forget who created Google, man.
ChatGPT. ChatGPT is the Wizard of Oz 2025. You pull that curtain back, it's an Edomite behind that voice.
Yep.
Think about it. How can ChatGPT tell you the truth if the creator of it is a liar?
Mm-hmm. That's when if you use that, you gotta take the meat off the bones.
Exactly.
Because
you can't just take everything ChatGPT says at face value. You got to analyze everything.
Because I know this for a fact with that ChatGPT shit. I've read quite a few Great Millstone breakdowns in there, and that's how you know they be studying Great Millstone, because they got a lot of lies, not of the breakdowns, but of everything else according to scriptures. But when it get to a point to where it start to talk about Great Millstone, it brings out the truth. And I will go back and look at an Elder Apostle's video of a breakdown, and it be right on point, man. And they gonna use that to try to come down on brothers later. That's how y'all don't understand how this thing is dangerous, man.
Yeah.
It's dangerous, because if you claiming to be an Israelite and you don't know none of these breakdowns, man, you probably die. And the times that we coming in,
if you don't know the scriptures, you don't have a measuring stick. That means you're gonna take everything they say at face value.
yeah,
Because you don't have a measuring stick. The scriptures are the measuring stick. The scriptures will let you know if this man lying or not. Most of y'all won't have that discernment only because you don't know the scriptures. You know lies. Those are not scriptures. Lies are not going to save you. You believing lies is not going to save you. You listening to liars is not going to save you.
I love that measuring stick thing you just said, because that's exactly right, man. The scriptures is what help us measure the times that we living in.
Yeah.
It gives you the signs of things to come and what's going to happen before everything hit the fan, man. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 9 verse 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past, the signs that's written in this book, man, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time when the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. We seeing all these signs, you seeing all this bad weather, you seeing the love of many waxing cold. These are all signs that was told to us through the scriptures, man.
Yep.
And it says, therefore when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, thou shalt well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning, because the end was declared from the beginning, man. So that's the measuring stick.
Yep. And the Lord is showing, this is the biggest indicator that the Lord is visiting this world. The whole world is witnessing the downfall of Babylon. The whole world is witnessing the dumbass decisions Babylon is making. That's going to lead to what? World War III and the mark of the beast and Jacob's trouble, all three of them, because of the moves that Babylon is making. If you can't see it by now, you were just destined to be destroyed from the beginning.
Yeah.
Your lot is death. If you can't see all the moves that Babylon is making right now is going to lead up to Jacob's trouble, the mark, and World War III. You just too stupid to exist. That's why the Lord going to bring you mercy and put you to death. A lot of y'all enjoy being stupid, stuck on stupid, being willfully ignorant, because that's your bliss. How the saying go in the back of the world, ignorance is bliss. Yeah. I've seen a couple of memes. And the meme said, I wish I was just as stupid as the rest of these Americans. They look so happy. Because you know why? Oppression makes a wise man angry.
Yeah.
So if y'all ain't mad, y'all are not wise. To sum it up. That's why the Israelites are always so-called angry. We're not angry, we're just passionate. The Lord is angry. That's who you should fear. Not the Israelites out here on highways and byways. We ain't gonna do nothing to you but tell you the truth. Probably hurt your feelings with the truth, but oh well, dude.
Yeah, we gonna fish and then them hunters gonna come.
Exactly.
Simple as that. The fishermen are out here on the highways and hedges right now. When the Most High give us that red light to stop, and all hell get to breaking loose, and he put that spiritual power and lift up that standard on his men.
Yeah.
And them hunters come out. A lot of you Israelites gonna get put to death too, man.
Get them boys.
You know.
2/3 of Israel and the wicked of the other nations.
Yeah.
Get them boys.
Your ass going to them chains. Amalek, start with you.
Ham. Your lying ass.
Lying funky ass.
You know what I'm saying? You gonna lead them people all the way to that mountaintop for nothing, knowing you was lying the whole time.
I would have been mad as hell, bro.
Dude,
because,
he wouldn't have made it down that mountain.
man, number one, you take me on a wild goose chase.
Made me give away all my earthly possessions.
I gave away all my shit, and I gotta walk with these funky ass Hamites up this damn mountain.
And then back down.
You know it was funky.
Yeah.
You know it was funky out there, and this is, I ain't gonna say this is fresh air because it's polluted as hell. But you had to smell that polluted air and the funk that come off them.
And you mad as hell.
Man.
That you ain't got a bathtub because you done gave away your house.
Then the man turned around and gave you another date.
That was a real slap in the face.
He gave you another date.
That means he don't respect y'all. Anybody that lies to you does not respect you.
He don't respect the Lord.
No.
Leaning on your own understanding, man.
So for all y'all out there who still in tune with this Hamite who lied about a rapture, he pushed the date back to October 7th through the 10th. So he spread it out through a period of 4 days. When the Bible specifically says no man knows the day or time.
Matthew 24 and 36.
So how does an enemy of the nation of Israel know the Lord's return?
Exactly.
Yeah, Ham, you on the enemy shit, you on the Lord's shit list, bro. Because you participated in the kidnapping of the nation of Israel.
Yeah.
I'm gonna call it just like it was y'all kidnapped us, bro. You helped. You, Ishmael, and Esau. Y'all in trouble. I don't care how you try to spin this and say we all black people. No, we're not all black people.
No, we're not. We're totally different.
No.
Totally different nations.
You
man.
in trouble, Ham. Just because you the same color as us, we're not the same people. Y'all are Africans. Y'all are Hamites out of Ham. We are Shemites out of Shem.
Yeah.
Two totally different bloodlines of people.
Yeah.
Two totally different nations. So you can't ride this color thing to get you out of trouble because you participated in kidnapping us.
And that's why I was all finna come back on your black ashy ass too. No? Man, we can probably close out on that, brother, unless you got something else.
Yeah, I do got one more thing. Let's close with Ezekiel chapter 25, shall we?
Right.
Ezekiel chapter 25, verse 12. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, because that Edom had dealt against the house of Judah by taking vengeance, and had greatly offended and revenged himself upon them. Therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, I will also stretch out mine hand upon Edom, and will cut off man and beast from it, and I will make it desolate from Teman, and they of the Don shall fall by the sword. And I shall lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people Israel, and they shall do in Edom according to mine anger and according to mine fury, and they shall know my vengeance, saith the Lord Yahweh. So that's what y'all got to look forward to.
That's not our words. It's coming straight out the good book. Ain't that what y'all call it? The good book.
We're going to see if y'all still be calling it good while y'all in captivity.
Exactly.
Because y'all wasn't under the curses. Y'all was benefiting from us being under the curses. That's why you called it the good book.
Yeah.
We're going to see if the Lord still going to be good to you when he slapped them chains on you.
But you sure damn ain't getting away with nothing, man.
No. The Lord gave y'all plenty ample room to earn y'all judgment.
Having that mindset that the Most High don't see what you're doing, That's just making you earn your judgment even more because you're prideful. You think you're gonna get away with something that, hey, that's finna be a real hard pill for you to swallow when the Israelites be above y'all, man.
Yeah, and this the real nail in the coffin for Edom. Because after all this wickedness they have done, what they say? God bless America.
They always say it.
So you want the Lord to agree with the wickedness that you do.
Yeah.
You don't want to be punished for it. But guess what? Your punishment coming anyway, and ain't shit you could do to get you out of it. Your lawyers can't save you. Your judges can't save you. Your crooked cops, your crooked government can't save you. All y'all finna get these heavenly flops. We can end on that.
Look at Edom. He coming right over here.
You can come on. Come on, get these flops.
I'm gonna read Isaiah 29 and 15. Woe to them that seek deep to hide their counsel from the Lord Yahweh, and their works are in the dark. And they say, who seeth us, and who knoweth us? Surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay. For shall the work say of him that made it, he made me not? Or shall the thing framed say of him that framed it, he had no understanding? You see that? So y'all got that God complex thinking that, hey, y'all gonna get over on the Lord, and it's not. You're not gonna get over on the Lord, man. Them judgments are set, and you're gonna get what's coming to you, Esau, no matter what. You just continue to live in your kingdom, because America is about to be done. World War III and ICBM missiles is gonna take this place out, man. You got too many Americans walking around like this place ain't never gonna get touched because it ain't never been touched before. But it's about to get touched. That's why it's called the Virgin Daughter of Babylon. But you're going to get touched. You're going to get fondled with real nice when these sleeper cells get opened up over here. And they bring out that digital ID and you can't work. And people that can't work, they're going to get into that civil unrest state of mind. And it's going to be civil war and sedition among men.
Yeah, they feeling these curses right now. That's why they can't stay off of YouTube crying. Deuteronomy chapter 30, verse 7. And the Lord Yahweh, thy power, shall put all these curses upon thine enemies, and on them that hate thee, which persecuted thee. It ain't no coincidence. Ain't no so-called black people crying on videos. It's only Edomites. Because the curses are being put on our enemies.
Yep.
So what you gonna do when society collapses? If you crying now, you can't take the heat now. You really in trouble then when society collapses and Jacob's trouble kicks in.
They gonna be out here hurt like how Goku transforms to that Super Saiyan. He be yelling real hard.
They gonna
be out here yelling and screaming hard as hell for the anguish that's getting ready to come upon them, man.
The nation of Edom ain't gonna know what to do because the nation of Edom has never been in this situation before. They have always been the entitled nation. A nation in rulership that gets to call all the unrighteous decrees, make all the unfair laws. But now, the Lord is going to give them a taste of their own medicine, and they already don't like it because they can't stop crying in these videos.
Hey, take a little spoon of that medicine, baby. That's what you're getting.
Yeah.
You're getting a spoon of your own medicine, man.
And they don't like it. Oh, well, we didn't like it when the Lord put the curses on us, and he loved us.
And you know what? We still dealt with it, and we still here, and that's because Yahweh Hashem Yahushua kept us, man. He kept us, man.
That's why they crying. Because let them tell it, the Lord is supposed to be in agreement with all the wickedness they do to his people. That is the backwards mind state of an Edomite. They actually expect the Lord to be in agreement with all the wickedness that they are doing to his people.
Yep.
And then they wonder why they finna catch these heavenly flops. They wonder why they finna go into slavery for 1,000 years, and then the only nation to be exterminated from the planet. Since y'all so crazy about deportation in a country that you don't belong to, the Lord is about to deport y'all from the whole planet.
Exactly.
After 1,000 years of slavery. This is not your land, yet you gonna deport the indigenous people of the land. And the elder said, he said, anywhere that Esau is, outside of Mount Seir and Mount Petra, he's on stolen land.
Yep.
But he don't think that there's a consequence for that. Y'all thought the Lord was one with y'all the whole time. The Lord was giving y'all plenty of elbow room for y'all to earn y'all judgment. Now he got you in the trick bag, exposed on the world stage. You can't do nothing about it. Y'all cannot outsmart the ultimate chess master.
Now,
a base man gonna try to outsmart the creator of the universe. How that work?
Yeah, you Edomites is through. Y'all got y'all constellation on this side, man, and y'all gonna be cut off. This is, I'm gonna read this Zondervan Bible Dictionary. This is Edom. Edom figures prominently in the prophetic scriptures as the scene of great future judgments. See notably Isaiah 34:5, 6, 63 and 1. She is the only neighbor of the Israelites who was given not any promise of mercy from Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. So Edom is not going to get no mercy. You didn't have no mercy, so you're not going to get any. Y'all back out here hanging jakes back on trees and shit. All of that's about to get ready and come back around to y'all. All of it.
We can sum it up in the book of Obadiah. Book of Obadiah chapter 1, verse 2. Start at verse 2. Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen, thou art greatly despised. That's why Trump got banned from UN assemblies. And Benjamin Netanyahu, they started to walk out when he started speaking. Verse 15. For the day of the Lord is near upon all the heathen, as thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. Thy reward shall return upon thine own head. Verse 18, one of my personal favorites. And the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau for stubble, and they shall kindle in them and devour them. And there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for the Lord hath spoken it. Y'all finna get deported from the planet after you put in 1,000 years of captivity, because the nation of Esau is about to destroy his own kingdom like a dumbass and rebuild ours for free for 1,000 years. And after that, there's no use for you. What have you ever contributed to the planet, to the goodwill of men?
Destruction.
Besides death, violence, and destruction. So wickedness, you are needed for wickedness. You were needed to show the Israelites how not to rule. The Lord doesn't need wickedness anymore. So you're going to be deported from the planet / exterminated. It's going to be a big bonfire, and the whole planet is going to rejoice because the root of wickedness have been plucked out.
Yep. That's facts.
But y'all be all right, y'all tough.
We're going to close out right there. That was perfect, bro.
We want to give all praise, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash.
Double honor to the apostles, elders, bishops of Great Millstone. Bible Ball, Shalom.
Esau ain't like none of that. That's why I waited out. You had to hear it. You had to hear it. Shalom, everybody.